This news update is brought to you by...
From rom-coms to dramatic tearjerkers and hit action movies, video on demand from Flow's got what you need, baby. Spend some we time tonight. Oh yeah. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today Evening News for Friday, February 5th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Police are continuing investigations into the country's first murder for 2016. The body of 24-year-old Travis Keen Leon Austin of Prior Park, St. James, was found in a track at Central Close, Haynesville, St. James, shortly after 11 o'clock last night, with a number of stab wounds. Meanwhile, police are also carrying out investigations into two serious accidents which occurred earlier today. 5 people were injured in a 3-car smash-up on Brayton Road, St. Philip this morning, and there were reports of a number of injuries following a collision on the ABC Highway near Dighton Griffith Secondary School. The Alliance of Owners of Public Transport has put what it describes as rebel public service vehicle operators on notice. The warning comes on the heels of Tuesday's accident in which 16 students were injured in Betham, St. Lucie. AOPT Chairman Roy Raphael says the organization has received numerous complaints about the behavior of operators on the road, and this is unacceptable.
There are a little over 600 PSC operators or workers out there. I would say about 50% of those persons may be members of an organization, which include the UPW, the Alliance Owners of Public Transport, APTO. They may be members. I would say between 50 and 60% of them. The other persons are not members of an organization or association, and they are the ones who continue to create issues for us. But clear warning is being sent to them. In the light of the recent accident they have had recently, I want to say clearly that this association will not sit back and allow 1 or 2 people to continue to create issues for us.
Raphael is assuring the public that ZRs are still safe for travel, and he's promising to put the necessary measures in place to address the situation, including GPS for route taxis. Pregnant women are to be given priority for testing as health officials today stepped up the national alert for the Zika virus in the wake of 4 confirmed cases. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George told a press conference this morning that pregnant women with symptoms of Zika will be tested first. Dr. George has said that government is not advising women to delay pregnancy over concerns that the Zika virus may be linked to microcephaly, a condition in which babies are born with underdeveloped brains.
And those persons who are particularly pregnant with our symptoms will be given the first opportunity to have a test. So that in a situation where we had a huge amount of resources, we certainly would be able to offer every individual a test. But because of the situation we find ourselves in, we will certainly be prioritizing our ability to test. And therefore, first priority will be pregnant women and persons who are at any stage of their pregnancy.
The former Clico boss Leroy Paris temporarily escaped having to pay back the company $3.3 million, in which a forensic audit says had been obtained through fraudulent transactions. High Court Judge Olsen Aline granted a request from lawyers representing Paris and his private company Brandley Consulting Services when they appeared before him this morning. They had asked for a stay of any further proceedings, which could lead to Paris forfeiting millions of dollars currently frozen in an account at the Bank of Nova Scotia. Barbados Today's Emmanuel Joseph has this report.
Then both parties emerged from the number 11 High Court after only about half hour. Paris Assistant Attorney Hal Gollop QC and Vernon Smith QC said the Clico judicial manager who brought the initial action cannot now go ahead with any further proceedings to get the money. Instead, the matter was adjourned until February 25th, along with timelines to have the matter completed and hearing Paris's application to revoke the initial court action that Paris pay back the money. Paris himself was in court this morning. Meanwhile, his lawyers are continuing to fight in a separate case to have the court rule on the application requesting that their client's account be unfrozen. from the Supreme Court, Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
Noted economist Ryan Straughn knocks the latest central bank economic report, saying it suggests that the economy is nowhere close to a turnaround. Central Bank Governor Dr. Delisle Worrell revealed last month that the island recorded a 0.5% growth last year, and he projected 1.8% growth this year. But Straughn says while he understands the reason for the low growth, he expected the economy would be on course for improvement after 5 or 6 years of austerity. In sports, West Indies women's coach Vasper Drake says he's looking forward to a strong showing from his team in the upcoming tour of South Africa and the World T20 tournament. The women are currently attending a training camp here before leaving for South Africa next week. Drake told Barbados Today he's pleased with their improved form so far.
We as a group, we're pretty much happy with the way how things been going. Obviously, the first couple of days we came into camp, having a break for 2 or 3 months since our last competitive game. It was about just a matter of assessing where we at physically, and then obviously being able to reflect and see where we need to be going forward. And certainly in the last couple of days we have made some steady progress, and we are quite happy with this, to see the work that is being done as it relates to the people paying a little bit more attention to details and their discipline. So I think it's a nice build-up to certainly the South African series and by extension the World Cup.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados. Across these 166 square miles, in every parish, in every community, in every sector, in every home, in every sphere, you can find a gem, a Belgian gem. Celebrate their stories as we celebrate 50 years of independence.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Hey, I'm Rabia. Look out for my new segment, Fashion and Beauty with Rabia, coming out this week. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to cover hair, nails, shoes, everything fashion and beauty. I'm excited, and you should be too.
In news from the region, Guyana says it is experiencing a severe drought, with some places having no rainfall for the past 4 months. A government statement issued today says the severe dry weather conditions are taking a heavy toll on indigenous peoples' villages and communities in the country's southern region. The statement noted that there is a need for careful monitoring of the agricultural crops in some deep south villages, and that leaders have placed priority on the health and education sectors in terms of water distribution plans. Internationally, the UK's Foreign Secretary has branded as ridiculous a UN panel's ruling that WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange be allowed to go free. The panel says he has been arbitrarily detained and should be compensated. Philip Hammond rejected the decision and accused Assange of evading justice. Assange faces extradition to Sweden over a rape claim which he denies, and he has been claiming asylum in London's Ecuadorian embassy since 2012. He hailed the ruling as a significant victory and demanded that the UN decision be respected.
I am tough, I am hardened by this process, in fact, and I can take it. However, what right does this government, or the US government, or the Swedish government have to deny my children their father for 5.5 years.
Yes!
Without any charges in any country. That is a fact that I will never forget, and which must be addressed, and which will be addressed as time goes by.
And that's the news and sports. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Have a good evening.